Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is our first video as Team Dotskeeper. We'll be bringing you weekly vlogs and updated deck profiles as we move through this season. But very excited to be bringing you my top 4 K9 Dracotail deck profile today. I was 4th at our local OTS tournament championship last week, and actually our local shop is one of the only ones in the area that gives you a official trophy, which I think is super fun. So 4th place champion. This is my first invite ever to Nats, so super exciting for me. But let's get right into it. So for the Dracotail engine, it's pretty standard stuff. 3 Phimina. She is the GOAT. Love her so much. Who doesn't love diffuse on their opponent's turn? And she just kind of goes crazy. Next, I have 3 Lucius. Lucius is pretty good. Not my go-to normal summon, but he's there, you know. We have 3 Mululu, then 1 Pan, 1 Urgula. So when it comes to trying to decide who you're going to normal summon in the deck, the answer is always Mululu because it's better to fuse than anything else. Because as soon as you fuse off, if your option is Lucius or Mululu, I mean, if this gets ashed, you're cooked. If you get drolled, you also might be cooked depending on what's in your hand. Most of the time you can play through droll, but there are those weird instances where it would just have been better to go normal Mululu, fuse them off, get 2 sets, and then power through. At least then your plays are more insulated. Urgula, love this card. This card is crazy. There are so many times that I just add him either off of Lucius, off of Ket2, you know, obviously if I have other stuff in hand to be able to play, and people give you this weird look like, why the heck did you go for him? But he's so good. The recursion is nuts, especially if you're making Arthalion and you can bounce Phimina back, use Phimina again, and then you have him engraved to add her back a second time. Crazy. Love it. Then for the spells and traps, all standard stuff. 3 Ket2, that card is crazy, especially if you're going second. 3 Rahu, also really good, but not as good as B-Fusion, but it's okay, we'll take it. And then 1 Horn and 1 Flame. I've seen some people play without the flame. I think y'all are crazy, absolutely bonker balls nuts, because this card is crazy. I love having 2 traps, especially when you go first. It's so much harder for your opponent to play, and this card applies pressure and has won me games. Also, the draw 1s off of these and being able to cycle each other back or cycle your spells or monsters back is nuts. So definitely 10 out of 10, you need those cards. Next, for the K9 engine, you all are going to laugh, but I already traded them off because I just feel like they're subpar. And they don't really synergize with the Dracotail deck. I know most people are like, it's the way to play, it's the right, correct way. Well, not really. It's just 2 good engines together. So this was 3 Azuna, and then 3 Jokul, 1 Lupus, and then I had Case for K9 and Release. They were fine. I really didn't use them too much. More than anything, I would brick on like a Jokul or a Lupus, or I bricked on Release twice, which literally lost me a whole round because I opened Release and Horn twice. I have no idea how that happened. Apparently, I'm terrible at shuffling. But I just felt like K9 was subpar with Dracotail. I'd rather have other fusion-specific monsters or archetypes to blend in. Like King of the Swamp is just better. Gives you more variety, more options. You can also get a poly off of it. What you want to do with this deck is fuse, so I feel like it's counterintuitive to play K9, but I played it because it had just came out and everyone was like, it's a thing to do, so I was like, I'll do it. But definitely regretted it. In terms of hand traps, I had played 3 Fualos and 3 Droll. The reason for Droll was I don't have Perulias, but actually Droll was kind of crazy against Vanquish Soul, so might keep it. I don't know, we'll see. 3 Ash, and then 1 Mag. Mag is definitely a card I'm going to cut, and I have cut in my new deck build. It's because it's mid. There's just not enough dark and lights right now. I mean, our deck specifically doesn't really do anything. I mean, you can hit Mululu if you want, but other than that, it's not super impactful. And then, you know, it hits Yummy, but I think they have so many ways to recur and play, it doesn't matter. And then, you know, it doesn't really do anything against Vanquish Soul. I mean, sure, you can banish Mad Love if she goes to the grave, but who really cares? They probably have Holly soon. They can full combo and do whatever they want. So, you know, I think the only maybe valid thing for this is if you need another fusion material and it gets it to you in the end phase and then you fuse on your opponent's turn, maybe. Or if you're playing Phantasme and you want to search that as another hand trap, that might be good and you might cook with that, but I don't know. I'm not convinced right now. And then lastly, we have, for our 2 spells, we had Talents and Called By. I mean, Called By is a good card, and so is Talents. I just feel like with this specific archetype, you want hand traps that are monsters or interactions that are monsters because they're extra bodies and you can recur them off Arthalion. So, for instance, I'm playing Valor now. So, Valor being on once per turn, you can use it, make Arthalion, add it back, use it again. So, I mean, you know, you have much better options. And then again, it's easier to fuse if you use monsters. So, that's my logic. You may not like it, but that's what I'm doing. All right, for the extra deck, I have, to start, the Xyz monsters. So again, I was playing Canine, so standard Ripper and Werewolf. Now, the third Xyz I opted for was Zeus, and the reasoning here was if all I could do in the turn was make Ripper, I'd swing with Ripper, overlay for Zeus, detach 2, clear their board. But, funny enough, never happened, never mattered, and never came up. For Lynx, I played 1 Spirit, and this was just to make Spheres. Spheres is crazy. And who doesn't love summoning another Mululu? Other links I had were IP. I made her once, and ironically, she did win me the game. It was very simplified game state, and all I had was 1 back row set, which was Horn. I hard opened it, and then her plus another body, and linked her off into SP, banished twice, bounced with Horn, drew 1. I believe I drew into a hand trap, and that was game. So it came up. Probably not playing IP in the future. We'll still play SP. It's just generally a good card. And in simplified game states, it can be, you know, it can determine who wins the game. As well as people are playing Contact Z now. So, I mean, you need to link it off into something. Then for fusions, I had 2 Arthalion. And the reason I have 2 is because I didn't have a third one at the time. I have 1 now, so thank goodness for that. And then I played 2 Gulamel. Honestly, Gulamel was the MVP. Just so much utility. So Arthalion's great. I mean, recursion's amazing, bouncing your opponent's shit, love that. But when it comes to Gulamel, Gulamel just worked to help me remove people's back row. For instance, one game I was playing Stun, and he had like 4 back row set, and I popped 1 off of Gulamel on his turn. When it came to my turn and start of main, I sent 5 mana chain, popped another back row, and it ended up being a strike. So very glad I popped that, so I didn't lose my special summon. But yeah, crazy card, really good. And for those of you who are a little kooky crazy like me and might be playing Reaper, I have been testing with my friend and found out that even if this gets Reapered from my deck, I can still play in full Dracotail combo and put up an oppressive board with just Gulamel. So, you know what? We love Gulamel. Underrated at this moment, but 10 out of 10 MVP. Next, we have Secretarian. Secretarian's great for the mirror. I played 0 mirrors that day, but it did win me my game in Top Cut when I got top 4 against Yummy. What ended up happening was I recurred my Gullimel off of his synchroing, and then from there, I just needed another body. So I brought back Arthalion. I swung with all three, had no life points left, couldn't link and use Snatchy. So pretty good. And wasn't able to do anything on the crackback. Next was Mysterian. I had put this in last minute, and I'm so glad I did because I faced quite a few yummy players, and this spooked them. It just scared them. They didn't want to play. And I was like, okay, fine. Play Obedience School. Have them all be banished. Love that for me. Again, right as I won my game and moved into top 4, during Top Cut, my opponent was so spooked, he Dark Rulered this twice. He Dark Rulered once, I Flame negated, then he went Dark Ruler again, and I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? But we still won. And then lastly, I had my 2 Super Poly targets. Standard, probably not playing Super Poly moving forward, but that's just a personal choice. Now for my side deck, I've changed it up so much since this tournament. I genuinely don't remember the exact side, but I'm pretty sure I played 3 Thrust, 1 Duster, 1 Dark Ruler, 3 Book of Eclipse, and then of course, 3 Super Poly. Super Poly ironically did win me my game against Stun in game 3, simply because I had quite a few bodies on board. I was able to swing, but I was just short of lethal. But I had Super Poly in hand, so Super Poly'd away 2 of my monsters, swung, and won. So does have some utility, but I just think there are better options moving forward, and you're playing a different build, so it just for me makes sense to take it out. Well, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We're starting to build this little community, and like I said, we'll be doing vlogs hopefully weekly, and then deck profiles. My best friend Lucia, who won the Milwaukee Regionals this last season, she won first place at this OTS, so I will be doing a deck profile with her shortly. Thanks.